All right, well, we now are in for a treat. We are going to go to Raleigh, North Carolina. We're going to hear Bett Padgett. And Bett performs at a Folk Project Monday night song circle and Unitarian Universalist, did I say that right? Fellowship of Raleigh Coffee House. And listen to this, she was chosen for an official showcase at the Southeast Regional Folk Alliance, that's SURFA, next weekend. And that's pretty damn exciting. And plus, even more exciting, she's going to be playing one of Dave's dandy guitars tonight, so we get to hear what that sounds like. One that one of us could win. And we're super excited about that. So, Beth, take it away.
So, you can probably see it in the sound hole, dandy guitar. It says that I need to unmute myself, but I think I did. Yeah.
We can hear you. You're good.
Okay. Let me get rid of that. All right. So this is a special request to play a heritage song. I didn't realize it was a heritage song until Dave Williams, Capo Dave, told me that it wasn't, so I did a little research also and found out that Deep River Blues was written 100 years ago by Eddie Green and Lucille Marie Handy. And it was recorded by Doc Watson of North Carolina. Let it rain, let it pour, let it rain a whole lot more, boys. I got them Deep River Blues. Let the rains drive right on, let the waves sweep along, 'cause I got them Deep River Blues. My old gal's a good old pal, she looks like a waterfowl. I do not when I get them Deep River Blues. Ain't no one to cry for me, and the fish all go out on a spree when I get them Deep River Blues. Give me back my old boat, I'm gonna sail it if she'll float when I get them Deep River Blues. I'm going back to Muscle Shoals, times are better there I'm told when I get them Deep River Blues. If my boat sinks with me, I'll go down now, don't you see, 'cause I get them Deep River Blues. I'm going to say goodbye, and if I sink, just let me die, 'cause I got them Deep River Blues. Let it rain, let it pour, let it rain a whole lot more, boys. I got them Deep River Blues. Let the rain drive right on, let the waves sweep along, 'cause I got them Deep River Blues.
Oh, some of that, lady.
Oh man.
Yeah.
My one of my dad's bandmates was Doc Watson's roommate at the Governor Moorhead School of the Blind. So I got to hear a lot of really great Doc Watson stories, and a good friend of mine was a photographer, and one of his assignments for a a paper he worked for was to spend a day with Doc Watson and get to know him and take pictures of him. So I was lucky enough to snag one of those. And since usually I sing my homegrown songs, but since I was doing that song Deep River Blues, which was made pretty well known by Doc Watson, I would just do another heritage song that Doc Watson recorded. It also was recorded by Bruce Springsteen and Bob Dylan, among many, many others, with many, many, many verses, but Doc Watson's version is a little shorter, and he also has a happy ending to it. The song called Froggy Went A-Courtin' actually is a very old song written in 1500s. A lot of people were led to believe that it was written about the courting of Queen Elizabeth by the Duke of Anjou, the French man who was more than 20 years her junior, and he was quite fond of her as she was of him as well. He gave her a pair of earrings that resembled a frog, so she called him her frog. And I don't know how long or how it has gotten to be that frog is sort of a derogatory term for the French given by the English. This was in 1579, but the song actually appeared in 1539 in a book in Scotland. So this is Frog Went A-Courtin', and there is a part in there for you, and it goes, and this is just, it's fun to play. Frog went a-courtin' and he did ride Frog went a-courtin' and he did ride Frog went a-courtin' and he did ride, sword and pistol by his side. He rode up to Miss Mouse's door. He rode up to Miss Mouse's door. He rode up to Miss Mouse's door, where he'd often been before. He said, Miss Mouse, are you within? He said, Miss Mouse, are you within? He said, Miss Mouse, are you within? Yes, kind sir, I sit and spin. He took Miss Mouse upon his knee. He took Miss Mouse upon his knee. He took Miss Mouse upon his knee. He said, Miss Mouse, will you marry me? Without my Uncle Rat's consent. Without my Uncle Rat's consent. No way. Without my Uncle Rat's consent, I wouldn't marry the president. Uncle Rat laughed and shook his sides. Uncle Rat laughed and shook his sides. Uncle Rat laughed and shook his sides to think his niece could be a bride. Changed his mind, rode off into town. Uncle Rat rode off into town. Uncle Rat rode off into town to buy his niece a wedding gown. And this is why. Where will the wedding supper be? Oh, where will the wedding supper be? Where will the wedding supper be? Oh, way down yonder, the hollow tree. First to come was a little white moth. First to come was a little white moth. First to come was a little white moth, spread her wings for tablecloth. Next to come was a bumblebee. Next to come was a bumblebee. Next to come was a bumblebee, played the fiddle on his knee. And next to come was a little flea. Next to come was a little flea. Next to come was a little flea, danced a jig with a bumblebee. In came Mrs. Cow. In came Mrs. Cow. Then came Mrs. Cow, tried to dance but didn't know how. Now Mr. Frog was dressed in green. Mr. Frog was dressed in green. Mr. Frog was dressed in green. Sweet Miss Mouse looked like a queen. And slowly walked the Parson Rook. And slowly walked Parson Rook. And slowly walked the Parson Rook. Under his arm he carried a book. They all gathered round the lucky pair. They all gathered round the lucky pair. They all gathered round the lucky pair, singing and dancing everywhere. Then Frog and Mouse went off to France. Frog and Mouse went off to France. Frog and Mouse went off to France. That's the end of my romance.
All right. Very
Cool
nice.
tune.
Awesome.
Very
Great,
cool.
great.
Just such a fun song to play. And I love traditional music. I do a lot of traditional music, and I have not done any traditional music on this show. So tonight, I that's all I did.
Well, there you go. And it sounded great. Sounded
Fun.
great.
Thank you.
All right, Bett, let me pass you on over to Mike.
Bett Padgett. I have many, many, many things to say to you here. I will try to keep it within our 40-minute timeline. Here's a quote from Bett Padgett. I have always thought of myself as a glass is half full kind of a person. The songs I write are about the world I see with an optimistic aspect. Through music, I hope to educate, touch hearts, and help people see issues from a different perspective. Perhaps they will feel compelled to get involved to make changes in today's world and make it a better place. That is a powerful statement. Can you give me the top 3 things that you do when you're songwriting to try to fulfill that vision?
Sometimes I will start off with a song with an idea, and I'll get into the song, but then underlying, I feel like there has to be some kind of a message in there, usually. Be it just a very, very simple message as to just saying you're sorry to somebody for something that has happened to him, that will help him feel better, or will help me feel better for having said it. Or, some kind of lesson, some kind of underlying meaning, something deeper than just the story in the song. I feel like there needs to be something a little bit stronger in there. And I don't like stories with very, very sad endings so often. I try to be optimistic about what I'm writing about, that we do have problems in the world. We're not going to solve them overnight, but if we can try, if we can talk to people about them and carry on conversations without getting ugly or violent, if we can just understand each other,
Okay, there's 2.
that starts.
Got another one?
I thought I sort of combined two there at one time, but let me think about it.
Okay. Well, just to veer off slightly into your fame and glory, I understand Doc Watson's a fan.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Um, the first time I ever saw Doc Watson, he was listening to me play music. Um, Doc Watson and Mike Cross, who is sort of East Coast artists, were doing a concert at NC State University, and I was playing at a local restaurant that night. And I was on a stage, and there are tables behind me on the stage. And when I was playing and singing a Dolly Parton song, "Coat of Many Colors." This was back in the 1980s. I saw them leading this man off the stage, and I looked at him. And I said, "He looks like he's visually impaired." And then I looked a little closer, and I thought, "That's Doc Watson. Doc Watson is listening to me play. Whoa, you know." So yeah. I don't know that he was ever a fan of mine, but I've always been a fan of his, you know.
All right. Wonderful stuff.
Thanks.
I look forward to hearing again I forget what the term you use is for it, but the songs that you write. I do enjoy your songwriting.
Oh,
And
thank you.
I was thinking about that, and I didn't know that I'd ever actually said that I liked your stuff in any of the interviews we've done. But just to be clear, I wrote you a review, and here it is. Bett
Oh,
likes lighthouses. Appropriate, as her songs are beacons, each guiding us to another piece of home.
oh, that is lovely. That is beautiful. Thank you. And I'm glad the show's recorded so I can go back and listen to that again.
Yeah.
All
Okay,
right.
and
Thank you.
I've got to say I already have my plans. I'm hoping to get that guitar drawn next December. And when I do, and he asks me, well, what do you want? I'm going to say I would like the Bett Padgett signature model, please.
It's a beautiful guitar, and I
Is
hope you win. I
isn't it a
hope
glory?
everybody
Yeah,
wins. It
very
really
nice.
is. It's a pleasure to play.
Yeah, and
Thank
it's a pleasure to hear you. And I know I'll hear you again here. Thank you for coming
so,
tonight and playing that dandy guitar.
right. Thank you.
Okay, Rich, back to you.